Hey everyone, good evening. Welcome back once again to our Azure Administrator series. I'm Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor. And in this class, what I'm going to do, I'm going to guide you about one of important topic related to Azure Administrator. I'm talking about the VPN communication. As we know that in case of IT, in current situation, if we talk about the current situation of our IT field, IT market, you know that most of organizations still prefer to perform a work from home activity, right? So in case of work from home, you know that we must need to protect our organization's stuffs, like as a server, storage, or any kind of database that you establish in your on-premises location, and you want to share the access of your on-premises resources to the outside the network. Means you want to allow your employees to access your resources through internet connection, so we must need to protect it. That's why VPN is really important for us. We must need to know about the concept of VPN, and also need to know about how we can set up the VPN environment over Azure portal. So in this class, I'm going to help you how to set up VPN over Azure portal. So let me explain you about the few parts related to the VPN. As per the name suggests, it's a virtual private network. The meaning of virtual private network, for example, you establish your organization in location of US, your office is situated in US, and you want to distribute the resources to worldwide. You want to provide the access of your resources from Dubai, from India, from different countries. So in this case, we must need to protect our environment with the help of VPN communication. In our case, for example, you establish your virtual machine, SQL, web servers over Azure portal, and you want to provide the access of your resources from on-premises, from different geographical locations. So then we must need to protect our resources, Azure resources, with the help of VPN communication. So let's just start our agenda. Firstly, we just need to know about the procedure, and also need to know about the concept of VPN, means what are the prerequisites to set up VPN over Azure portal. I'm Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor. Let's move ourselves to desktop screen and discuss about the usage of VPN, features of VPN, and will also help you to create a VPN over Azure portal. So let's move ourselves to desktop screen. But before that, if you're new on my YouTube channel, if you're watching my video first time, so please do subscribe Teach Me Cloud, because the Teach Me Cloud is a single technical training based YouTube channel that give you 100% live practical based video. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move ourselves to desktop, and first of all we need to describe about the usage of VPN, and then help you how we can set up. Now we are on page of our desktop. Let me explain you about the concept of VPN. If you want to establish VPN over Azure portal, so what are the prerequisites? Means you should know about the prerequisite and component which is required, right? So our agenda is to establish Azure VPN, right? Virtual private network. Let's start from the very basic, like as what is VPN, then about VPN components, yes, and another important point, procedure to set up VPN. These all are the agenda that we need to cover in this particular video. So let's start from the very basic, like what is VPN. So VPN is a virtual private network that can help us to make a communication between our on-premises to Azure portal or on-premises to our organization resources. With the help of internet service provider, we are able to make a connection between two different geographical based, location based resources. Talk about the components. So in case of components, we must need to create our own VNet that we have already discussed in previous classes. You need to create a one VPN, one VNet. Under the VNet, we must need to set up two different subnets. And one subnet is used to create any resources like as a virtual machine, SQL database, or another service that you want to put. And second subnet required to configure Azure Virtual Gateway, because the Azure Virtual Gateway contain the feature of VPN and express route services. So in our case, what I'm going to do, for example, this is our Azure portal, right? This is our Azure portal, and over Azure portal we establish one VNet or one or two different virtual machines. We establish multiple VMs over Azure portal, and we have a on-premises resources. This is on-premises Windows 10 or Windows Server operating system. This is our local PC, right? Our personal computer, which is available in on-premises. Our agenda to make a communication between each other using private IP address, not public IP address, because you know that if you want to make a connection with the help of public, you are able to access the RDP, you are able to access the other services which is running in our Azure virtual machine. But we must need to communicate within on-premises to Azure services using ISP, using private IP address as well. So for this particular task, what are the prerequisites? What are the steps that you need to use? So first of all, you must need to create at least one VNet. Like we'll create a one VNet over Azure portal. VNet should be contain two different subnet. One is for VM subnet, and second you need to create gateway subnet. Okay. Single VNet, single address space should be contain a minimum two different subnets. The subnet 1 means VM subnet used to create a virtual machines, and the VM subnet, the gateway subnet, can help us to make a connection between on-premises resources, like as a Windows 10 machine which is running on on-premises. Using ISP, we will make a communication to each other. N number of types of VPNs are available, like site-to-site VPN, site-to-point VPN, and now I'm going to give you option and step how to configure site-to-point VPN basically. So let me explain you about the step. Configure Azure site-to-point VPN. Okay, this is our agenda. So in this case, we must need to follow the steps. Like step 1, create VNet, create two subnet, and then on-premises create self-signed certificate. We have a various way. You can proceed with the Active Directory, Radius server, or self-signed Azure certificate. We can make a communication. So these all are the prerequisites that you need to perform. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the procedure how we can establish the VPN, means using Azure portal. So let me log in our portal.azure.com. Right now we are on page of our Azure portal. Select VNet, and although I have already created one VNet, but let me remove all the services and create VNet from scratch again. So our agenda, the first step to create a VNet. As we discussed before, the meaning of VNet is basically a private network that we want to establish. First of all, we create a one VNet. Under the VNet, we'll create a subnet, and using the subnet required one virtual machine for identification and one virtual gateway. So let me create one VNet first. Create and select your subscription. So I'm going to use our on subscription. Your resource group AVD. Type the name of your VPN. So I wanted to proceed with name of VPN to VNet. Okay. VPN to VNet. Okay, I wanted to put it into the location of central US. Do not use any number. VPN test VNet. Okay. I'm going to proceed VPN test VNet VPN class. Okay. You must need to use a unique name. About the IP address, I wanted to proceed with the IP address of 172.16.1.0/25. Okay, this is the address space that you need to provide, and as we discussed before, you must need to create two different subnet. So one subnet, I'm going to proceed with name of VM subnet. You can use any name. Provide the IP address range. So 172 dot 16.1.0/26. This is the subnet for virtual machine. Click add, next, review and create. Okay, do not create your subnet immediately on the same page. You should create one VNet and one subnet, and after that, while creating the virtual gateway, you need to decide and create another subnet. Let me proceed to create, and once our VNet is ready to use, we will proceed to set up our virtual gateway, because the virtual gateway required up to uh, 15 to 20 minutes, means we must need to wait up to 15 minutes to create our virtual gateway. So VNet is in progress. Once our VNet is ready, we will create a virtual gateway, and after that we'll set up our one virtual machine over Azure portal, and we have already established on-premises Windows 10. We will make a communication between Windows 10 operating system to our Azure virtual machine. This is our agenda basically. Our VNet is ready to use. So what I'm going to do, everything is okay. Let me proceed for next step, and next step is to create virtual gateway, right? So we are able to find one virtual network gateway. Just need to click here, create virtual network gateway, because it is a really important point that give us option to create VPN. Select your gateway name. So I'm going to proceed with name of VPN gateway, and I wanted to put in location of central US, right? So we must need to provide the same location that you use to create your VNet. We have a both option, like as we are able to find VPN and express route. So we wanted to put it into the VPN. We will discuss about the express route later. Proceed, no need to make any changes. Select your virtual network, and we have already created one virtual network, which is VPN test VNet something. And your subnet, second subnet should be contain at least 27. The address space minimum required up to 32. No need to do anything. Provide public IP address, VPN IP, and I don't want to create failover. No need to do anything. Just need to click create, review, and now it will take up to 15 to 20 minutes. So let's wait, and once our gateway is ready to use, I'll help you how to create, how to set up our VPN, means how to make a communication between on-premises resources, on-premises Windows 10 to Azure portal. This is our agenda. So let's wait for 15 minutes, and after that we'll guide you about the procedure. This is our Windows 10 operating system, and we will connect this particular Windows 10 machine to our Azure virtual machine. So let me show you. This is a virtual network gateway that we created, and we have already established one virtual machine. This is our Azure virtual machine, and this virtual machine which is a part of same VNet that we use to create a virtual network gateway. And we are getting an IP address of 172.16.1.4 private IP address, because we don't want to use the public IP address to make a connection between on-premises to cloud. In our VPN, in our gateway, we are able to find point-to-site VPN. Click configure now, and we have already decided 192.168.1.0/25, right? This is the pool of our VPN, and internal type, I'm going to proceed with IKE version 2 and SSTP. Authentication method, which is really important. So in this case, I'm going to use self-signed certificate. How we can create it? So for this particular task, we just need to execute two different commands. I have already mentioned the command in our description. You can just open the description. I'm just going to copy and paste this command in our description as well. Open your on-premises PowerShell. This is the PowerShell of this particular machine, Windows 10 on-premises machine. Copy the command. We just need to copy it. Open PowerShell, and please use shortcut key to paste the command and press enter. We successfully executed first command, and for the client, just need to copy the commands and again paste, press enter. We successfully created two certificates for on-premises, and now we just need to execute cert mgr, which is certificate manager. It will redirect you on the page of certificate manager. Select personal certificate, and we are able to find two different certificates are ready to use. One is root and another is child, which is considered as a client. I'm just going to right click on the client certificate, click export, next, select 64-bit encode, next. I wanted to put on desktop, so you must need to create a one folder. Like I'm going to create a folder with name of demo VPN setup 2. Okay, this is the folder that I want to create to put our certificate. So demo VPN setup 2, and open it. Type the name of your certificate, client cert. Okay, just need to save the client certificate. Finish. As it is, we must need to save the root certificate by using the same step. Next, again, next. Browse the location, root cert, demo VPN setup 2, and finish. Clear. We successfully saved the both certificates. This is our folder. Open it. Copy the root certificate first. Right click, open with Notepad. Copy the value of your certificate. Just need to copy all the values. Open your Azure portal. Type the name of your certificate. This one is the root cert, and paste. Control V. Second one is client cert. Again open client certificate. Open with the Notepad. Same procedure. Copy. and paste here. No need to do anything, just click save. Maybe it will take up to 3 to 5 minute time. Once it saves successfully, it will give us option of download VPN client. Once we download the VPN client and install on premises, we are able to make a communication between on premises Windows 10 machine to Azure portal. This is our Azure virtual machine, right? The IP address of our Azure virtual machine is 172.16.1.4, and I have already activated 3389 port in our inbound of VM. In NSG, you can say that, and this is our on-premises Windows 10 computer. So we will communicate each other with the help of private IP address, not public IP address. Correct? Okay, still is in progress. Maybe it will take maximum 2 to 4 minute time, just 2 minute time. So wait for few more seconds, and after that we'll download the VPN clients, and after that we'll install on our on-premises machine. So this is the part of our point-to-site VPN, and we'll also discuss about site-to-site VPN as well. Because what happened in case of site-to-site VPN, as per the name suggests, you know that if you want to make a communication within the organization, you want to communicate with your on-premises servers, data center, file server, FTP server, so you must need to create a site-to-site VPN. We will discuss about the both, but right now we are on page of point-to-site VPN. So let's wait for a few more seconds, and once our certificate is approved by the gateway, we will download the VPN clients. So I hope all of you understand. I know it will take time if you want to perform the practical by self. So you must need to give at least 1 hour. It will take 1 hour time, but it's really important for every administrator. You must need to know about the each and every step, each and every procedure to set up our Azure VPN. It may be site to site, or point to site VPN. Okay, wait for a few more seconds. Done. We successfully saved the virtual network gateway, and we are able to find download VPN clients. Just need to download it. It's just I think 44 MB of files, just a VPN client file. The capacity of VPN client is just 44 MB. Open it. Open Windows 64-bit, because my Windows 10 contain a 64-bit of operating system. So I'm just going to open it. This is the setup. You just need to run your setup and click yes to install. Done. We successfully installed. So what you need to do, just need to click on this particular icon. It will give us up our VPN name, VPN test VNet. This is the VNet name. Click here. Select VPN connection. Click connect. Click connect again and continue. Now this is connected, means our on-premises machine successfully connected to Azure virtual machine that we created in same subnet. Let me show you the communication. Ping space 172.16.1.4, as we discussed before. This is the IP address of our Azure VM, Azure virtual machine. We are unable to communicate because we already blocked the entire ports, but you are able to take the RDP using same IP address MSTSC and 172.16.1.4. It will allow you to access the RDP. See, web, and provide the password. Using private IP address, 172 is a private IP address. Using private IP address, we are able to make a communication. And if you want to make a connection, like if you want to ping to each other, what you need to do, you just need to add the port. ICMP port in our NSG, network security group, and definitely you will get a reply. But meanwhile, let me turn off the firewall, because what happens sometime due to reason of firewall we are unable to make a communication. So just type firewall.cpl and let's try to turn off the firewall of our virtual machine. We are getting a reply with the help of private IP address. You can send any data, you can receive any data from Azure Virtual Machine to on-premises. Guys, this is all about the VPN communication. I hope all of you understand about each and every point. If you have any question, if you have any doubt, please let me know. And please do subscribe and support Teach Me Cloud YouTube channel. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.